Hey, good morning, dear ones. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about saying I love you. I was always worried, kind of as a young teacher, I felt deep affection and love for my students, but I was a little worried about saying I love you because, just didn't want to be inappropriate or things like that. And I would never say that to a single student. But I remember once I was giving a cast a final pep talk before opening night of a play. This is many, many years ago. And it was a group of kids. Some groups of kids are just amazing and click for you. And I just had this amazing experience with them. They worked really hard. We'd done something pretty cool with some difficult material. And they had just been utterly delightful to work with. And so I, had a very full heart as we were getting ready for the show. So I, kind of the end of my pep talk, I just said, and I love you guys. And one student who was known for being a little bit of a smart aleck, said, okay, well, that's creepy. But most of them responded to it. And so I started trying to say that more often. And ultimately, I realized that there are so many negative messages that everyone hears all through their life. But I think you're especially vulnerable to it when you're an adolescent. I mean, when you're a teenager, it's just, life's tough, and you hear a lot of negative, you think a lot of negative yourself. And I decided that if I was going to be known for anything, I would rather have said I love you once, and to the point where people maybe rolled their eyes or whatever. Again, not to an individual student, not like in an inappropriate relationship way, but just speaking in general terms. I wanted people to know I loved them, and if that made them roll their eyes or laugh at me, or if I was weird or whatever, I decided I was okay with that. I thought, you know what, in the final analysis, I would rather say I love you. I want them to know they're valuable, that they're important, and I want them to know they're loved. And if that means that they think I'm kind of nuts or weird or like crazy old emotional Dr. Bell, whatever, I'm okay with that. I would rather do that than leave an impact where they don't feel loved or cared about or seen. Here's where I'm going with this. I say I love you a lot on this. I tell you I'm sending you love. So I care about you. I do. I'm just going to say I love you. Now, fair question. How can you love me? You've never met me. You're just some random guy on the internet. That's fair. However, here's my rejoinder to that. Here's why I can say I love you honestly. First of all, I've gotten to know some of you just little bits here and there through commenting, and I love that can happen. But secondly, I want you to think about how many times we as a society, and maybe you've done this individually, are able to find a random person on the internet who we've never heard of before, who we don't know, but because of something they say or do, we are able to hate them. In fact, we're able to stir up frenzies of hate towards a person we've never met. We don't know them, we've never seen them. All we know is that they do, one thing that they've done is enough to sometimes just utterly make them hated. Why can we do that legitimately if we can hate people we've never met because of the internet? Why can't we love people that we've never met because of the internet? There is so much hate out there, and so much rage, and so much, I don't even know what the right word is. There's so much out there that is just pulling us apart, tearing us down. You don't have to look very far to find someone who hates you, who's, against you or what you believe or what you look like or any number of things, right? It's easy to find that hate. Why should it be weird for some random guy then to say, I love you? So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to say that I love you. And if If people roll their eyes at that or think he's a little weird or whatever, that's fine. I've decided I'll live with that. I'll accept that. I would far rather say it often and hopefully have it resonate with one person out there than to not say it. So I'm just telling you this. Probably they're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's great. Anyway, I just wanted to say that though. And then along with that, I'm going to encourage everyone to try not to hate. Try not to get drawn in to mobs. Don't get angry if you read something about someone. Check the facts. You might be wrong, or it's possible that you're not wrong and what you're hearing is accurate. But people do make mistakes. We've all done things we're ashamed of and horrified of. Wish we could do differently. So try to give a little grace. But mostly, I just want you to know I love you, and I'm totally comfortable saying that. The last reason I know I love you, why I feel confident saying that, is because I've lived everywhere. Everywhere I've lived. I've not lived everywhere. I have met people from different backgrounds, races, religions, genders, sexual identities, gender identities, like rich and poor. Like I've been blessed to know so many people from so many walks of life, and all of them were lovable. Every one of them had something to love in them. I also personally believe that God loves every one of his children, and that's what I believe. And so if God can love everyone, so can I. And since everyone I've met is inherently lovable, I know that if I had time to sit down with you for a minute, I would easily find things to love about you. So that's why I'm confident saying that. I'm sending you so much love and light, and just want you to be happy. Love, your internet grandpa.